Okay, let's unpack this. What if true freedom isn't simply about replacing one ruler with another? What if it's about something much deeper, much more personal? Welcome, everyone, to a deep dive into Mahatma Gandhi's, his seminal 1909 manifesto, Hind Swaraj. Many of you will know it as Indian Home Rule. Today, our mission really is to extract the most potent nuggets from this powerful critique of modernity. It's also quite surprising. We're going to explore Gandhi's radical vision for self-rule and try to understand why his ideas were, and frankly still are, so incredibly provocative and maybe surprisingly relevant today. We'll look at what he saw, what he proposed, and what it might mean for us.
Yeah, and what's truly fascinating about Hind Swaraj isn't just the content, though that's obviously key, but its very form. It was written by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi back in 1909, originally in Gujarati, interestingly, and then he translated it into English himself. And it unfolds as this unique dialogue.
A dialogue. How does that work?
Well, you have an editor who basically represents Gandhi's own views, or his evolving views at the time, and he's engaging with a reader. Now, this reader kind of embodies the skeptical Indian nationalist of the era. So the reader voices all the common arguments. You'd hear that arguments for industrialization, maybe for parliamentary systems, or even sometimes for violent revolution.
Okay. So Gandhi sort of sets up the counter-arguments himself through this reader.
Exactly. It's quite brilliant, really. This dialogue format allowed him to systematically raise questions, challenge the common assumptions, and then, crucially, counter those arguments clearly. It makes some pretty complex ideas much more accessible and, well, engaging.
That sounds like a really effective way to tackle complex stuff.
Yeah.
So if it's not just some dry historical text, what was its real ambition? What was Gandhi actually trying to do with this manifesto?
Well, it's far more than just a political pamphlet. You could say Hind Swaraj is Gandhi's manifesto for true Indian independence, for Swaraj. And the core insight here, the really radical bit, is that for Gandhi, freedom wasn't just about changing who's in charge. It was about changing ourselves.
Ourselves, okay.
Yeah, I mean, unlike many of his contemporaries who are looking for political freedom through adopting Western means, things like industrialization, parliaments, maybe even violence, Gandhi argued real freedom meant something entirely different. It was almost like an internal revolution he was calling for.
So when he used the word Swaraj, he wasn't just talking about India being free from British rule then. It sounds like he meant something much, much more profound. Could you elaborate a bit on what that really encompassed for him?
Precisely. That's the heart of it. For Gandhi, Swaraj wasn't merely swapping British rulers for Indian ones. No, it was a total transformation of individual and collective life. True Swaraj, in his view, involved deep self-control, self-discipline, almost a kind of inner governance, if you like.
The inner governance.
Yeah, and it also involved economic self-sufficiency. This